Shy Boy Production.
Oh, hey, hey. Sun shining, I'm warm. How you feeling? Well, I'm home. Couple thousands I just flown, got me feeling some type of way. Embracing this ground, my people, my town. Celebrating with this sound, we are feeling some type of way. I'm humbled that I come from a place like this. So let me show you around, sing it again. So humbled that I come from a place like this. Let me show you around. Smiling Cove, Smiling Cove. Yes, we're repping all day. There ain't no other place like the Smiling Cove, boy. Smiling Cove, Smiling Cove. Yes, we're repping all day. There ain't no other place like the Smiling Cove, boy.
You missing out if you ain't from here. And don't be quick to judge from all the things you hear. Plus from a distance the picture's never clear. People give back, we care. Got so little but we share. Can't compare, you deke jama burajir. Yene deka yage hair. For the nazi din yunye. Tourist yange jabante back and forth throughout the year. By near a peace of mind, sunny beaches. Love bird watching birds, we got different species. Rich in culture and the love leaves you speechless. Society's groom, reality it teaches. We one like a puzzle putting together all the pieces.
I'm humbled that I come from a place like this. So let me show you around, sing it again. So humbled that I come from a place like this. Let me show you around. Smiling Cove, Smiling Cove. Yes, we're repping all day. There ain't no other place like the Smiling Cove, boy. Smiling Cove, Smiling Cove. Yes, we're repping all day. There ain't no other place like the Smiling Cove, boy.
Digga dikka na I different dikka. Funeka aglo fay feka. Fan ngay dem ñu ola leka. Hamuñ la sa ola an su don punya sa def ko ñetta. Ain't no other place this brother here could live better. Even beggars got homes. Get na guess ku fanan better. Su sere be sere. Su winter you cool with just a sweater. Living the Smiling Coast and never. To be honest, my happiness like perta.
Sun shining, I'm warm. How you feeling? Well, I'm home. Couple thousands I just flown, got me feeling some type of way. Embracing this ground, my people, my town. Celebrating with this sound, we are feeling some type of way. I'm humbled that I come from a place like this. So let me show you around, sing it again. So humbled that I come from a place like this. Let me show you around. Smiling Cove, Smiling Cove. Yes, we're repping all day. There ain't no other place like the Smiling Cove, boy. Smiling Cove, Smiling Cove. Yes, we're repping all day. There ain't no other place like the Smiling Cove, boy.
Hi, asalaamaaleykum maa ngi nuyu yëpp seen tur ak seen sant Juma Mubarak comme ni ko dee defee rek saa su ne si fii si Elitemedia. Once again, good evening everyone. You're watching us live on Facebook and on YouTube, Elitemedia platform. And my guest today is a writer, a young guy, a Gambian, and I'm very proud to have him here on my platform today. Yahya Sonko. Yahya dalal naa ko suma kër bi bu leen ko gis ni de. Yahya moom xaaral leen xam nga ngi fa angale rek la yaay lagate. Yahya dina leen surprise. He's gonna surprise everyone. Yahya is a Gambian, like I said. He wrote a book, Storytelling, And here is the book. I have got my copy. I don't know if you guys have got your copies. And if you haven't, we're going to talk to Yahya and see how you guys are going to get your copies. Anyways, we're not only going to talk about the book, but we're going to talk about Yahya, Jajaram, like growing up, school, everything. And we would even want to know if Yahya is married or not, because I'm sure there are ladies watching or girls watching who would want to know that. So let's get started. Yeah, welcome to the Elitemedia platform. And by the way, you're live on Facebook and YouTube. So mabala nga niyo askan bi, and then from there, we just, who's into the program, if you know what I mean.
All right. Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for having me. I'm very grateful for this. Again, everyone, my name is Yahya Sonko. First, before I start, I will thank the Almighty Allah for the opportunity and the well-being. And second, I have to thank my parents, and I'm very, very grateful for all their support until this day. And third, I have to thank the Sonko dynasty. They have been from the day one, the likes of Salim Sedi, Salim, and Nim Maketa, who have been with me from the day one and supporting me, because one does not do the all work. The team does the work. And finally, I have to really, really, really thank you, Fatumata. I have been following your work. We were just in the same field for so long, but we didn't have the opportunity to speak to each other before. But I'm really, really glad that today we are speaking to each other today. I am really, really thankful for this opportunity again, and I'm happy to be here.
You're welcome, my dear. And it's an honor as well to have you here on my platform, because this is what Elite Media is all about. We like to talk to young people, especially the guys, because most of the times my guests are, the young ones are like female guests. So having a guy on my platform today is like a wow. Let's see what he has got to say. Anyways, like I said, guys, yéen ñëpp mag la lay nuyu seen tur ak seen sant tey suma dalal bi nag moom mooy Yahya Sonko. Li tax ñu bëgg a jël anglais tuuti in case Yahya's friends want to watch this program. So and some of them are not Gambians, so we're gonna blend it. So we're gonna speak English, Wolof, and Mandinka. Yeah, I'm gonna surprise you. You know I can speak Mandinka.
I can speak Wolof.
For you, Uncle, no man can come on my back. You ain't man can speak wrong. Eh, be fala that. How about that? Let's get on with it. Anyway, before we go any further, of course we're going to talk about the book, but we want to know a little bit about you. Like, who is Yahya Sonko? Yahya, like as a child, Yahya growing up, education background, and stuff like that. We want to know. We want to know. And I'm 100% sure Yahya is not only about the book, but there is more to Yahya than the book. So tell us a little bit about you.
Thank you so much for that question. I am saying this because I hope it can inspire other people, but not in a way that I don't want it to sound like a brackish way, because the most difficult question is if someone have to talk about your own self. So that's really, but anyway, I'll try to be humble and explain this thing. First, I was born in Jarasoma, Angalfuda, Medina, and I was raised there by my grandmom, that's Ajaja Bujani. May her soul rest in perfect peace. And I was later raised by my mom, the same Jarasoma, until 2006 when I completed my primary school, then moved to the combos because all the good schools are in the combo. So if you are at certain level, then
says who all the good schools are in combo. Says who?
I don't know whether it's a fact or it's not a fact. I'm not sure about that one, but that's like a general say. So even my teachers would tell my mom, oh, since he is very serious in school, then you have to send him to combo so that there will be competitive for him. But here, if he stays here, maybe he might drop out of school. I went to Charles Joe, that's under the principal of JP Alpha Khan. I'm mentioning these names because sometimes we see someone is very disciplined in their work, like they do what is right, but we really don't know where that discipline is coming from. It comes from our homes, it comes from the principals, it comes from the school teachers. So I'm really grateful for all of them. Then after 3 years, then I moved to Nusrat Senior Secondary School, and I completed there by 2012. And I moved to. I just have to summarize this because it's a little bit longer. And I moved to the University.
I have all night. I have all night. So take your time. Who's into it? Who's on Chibira?
No problem then. So after grade 12, I moved to University of the Gambia, studying economics and finance, major in economics and minor in finance, just for one semester. Then I got scholarship to move to Turkey, where I studied my undergraduate studies. I have a degree in business administration, but during the process also I got the opportunity as an exchange student to Poland. So I spent 5 months in Poland in management faculty. Then I came back to Turkey and graduated from bachelor's degree, and I felt the need to further my understanding on the research field. And because of that, I went to Sweden in Malmo, and I was in Malmo University as research assistant. So from there, I moved back to Turkey again. Now I'm studying double masters, one in Turkey and one in Finland. So that's my educational background. But another thing, this is like the line of my education. But the second part is like I was born in a griot home. My mother is a griot, is a girl. So I play a bit of kora, and I was raised by my mom. And because of that, the Baikunda
family. You have a kora with you right now?
No, I don't have the kora with me at the moment.
How can you come to this platform and not come with a kora?
I'm supposed to do that. That's a very
big.
That's unfortunate, but I have my kora in Sweden. By the way, my kora is next to you. So I try to.
Can you sing though?
Yes, I try to sing also. I sing the traditional songs.
Okay, give us something.
So okay.
How about fee? Do you know that man mi rek tenga woy de acha menyu da
ban la ka nga buga mo woy in Wolof or in Mandinka?
Hi, dang ma buga won de I can choose. Okay, both because I'm a greedy woman. Both.
Oh no, let me just give you small singing small tradition by in Mandinka. So this song I'm going to sing have been sung by many great griot. It's called Miniamba. So Miniamba is about it's a very nice story though, but I don't think it's that much appropriate to explain all the details of the story. So Miniamba go like this. Miniamba tunga malang melo Saba Miniamba Saba ekonolelom Saba Miniamba Saba Miniamba Oh Miniamba Saba ekonolelom Saba Miniamba.
Oh, Mamani Maketa is smiling right now. That girl is crazy. She's crazy, and she's one of my support system anyway. And she's watching right now. I'm sure she's happy hearing you singing. Anyway, like I said, the Magridi, they go my sources. So what I'm wearing my Olaf, not fair and balance.
Wolof kay mo mahoma si kanla because sumasta mo yusundu ana ma way bena lifin yusundu bena wayam nak like na bobu I can just say that no, that one I don't know how to sing it, but I can just tell you it's like depuis tubab japa bamba ñu ne ko te du yaane won do togn sa borom te do togn sa morom te waxtu julli jot so julli ci suñu ga deguñ togn.
No, you're not singing. You're not singing. Man, what did you go no. You're not singing.
I will never be faithful to his song. If I sing it, I will sing it very badly. And as a singer, if you sing it,
Dingaton Saboro. So Bamba Sani del Bagay Bamba Jale.
Do you hear me as a
No, you don't know. No, you don't know.
jërëjëf waay jërëjëf waay jërëjëf waay ñi kay moom si yow laa jànga na.
Anyways, thanks for that. Thanks for that. You see,
Yeah,
this
you
is
welcome.
what this platform is all about. We have
Yeah,
fun. You know, this is not to me. I keep saying this to people that when you come to my platform, it's not an interview. It's like having a conversation because I mean, interviews can be very boring and tense. People take it too hard.
I-
Um, you mentioned, I'm gonna, you mentioned Newstart High School, right?
yes.
I've got a little surprise for you. I've got a little surprise for you. Hold on a second. Hold on a
Okay.
second. Just give
I'm
me
nervous.
1 second. I've got a surprise for you.
Okay.
See, we have, who do we have
Oh,
here?
oh,
Mustafa, the writer. Mr. Mustafa, a writer,
oh.
a writer in the Gambia. And wait a minute, he was your teacher before, right? At Newswood High School. Don't cry here. Who will join it? I told you I would pull strings, right?
It's coming. It's coming. By the way.
I know. Okay. Talking to you, I asked you this question. I said, tell me the people that inspire you in life. And
Yeah.
you mentioned Musafa and you mentioned other people. But I said to you, okay, okay. And you said, oh, Musa, I love Musa because he's a writer. I said, what do you love about Musa? Tell me the story. Tell me what you told me about Musa.
Yes. First, I have to say this. The first day I came to Newstrat, I was so proud wearing the Newstrat uniform.
Yes.
So we introduced water and stuff like that. We don't want to skip the school because it's the first day. So we came to class, and the first person who appeared to the classroom was Mr. Ba. So actually, my biggest impression for Newslat is him. So that's one thing, and he has been my English teacher for 1 good year in Newslat. So I really appreciate that because this writing culture and this inspiration and everything starts from there. I remember like writing some stuff, and he marked everything. It was so many reds on it. I said, "Wow, is it like I don't know English or what?" I really feel so happy if I see that I am inadequate. So I felt like that was the first point of contact or the biggest inspiration why I started. And the second part is the book he wrote was Becek. There's one book he wrote is called Becek. So
Becek,
I have
yes.
Becek.
Yeah,
I
you
have
told me. You said, Gambians don't really write books, but the first book that I read, and one of the writers that I know is Mr. Bah. He wrote this book called Bichik Bichik, and I'm like,
Becek.
okay, we have to have the Bichik man on the show today. Then, again, is the Bichik man. Hello, Ms. Musa. Thank you very much for coming on board. I really appreciate it. And contact Nator. When I called you, you didn't hesitate. You said to me, "Oh, that's great. That's fine." And when I sent you the flyer, you because all I wanted was a video from you. And then you said to me, "No, since he feels that I'm a mentor and I inspire him, I'm gonna come in person." So I want to say thank you very much for taking time out. I know you're really busy right now, but you took time out to come on board to surprise this young man. And this is what we need in the Gambia. We need true role models. We need true mentors, because I keep saying to people that we keep saying that we mentor someone, but later on along the way, we remove our hand from them, like they're biting the law. But here you are. Welcome to the Elitemedia platform, and the floor is yours.
Thank you very much, Fatmata, and hello to Yahya. I am indeed, I'm indeed very proud that someone regards me as a mentor who has gone to a level of writing a book. I am really proud of you, and that is what every teacher wants, actually, to see your students do well, not only well but better than you. I remember a student telling me, Musa, Mr. Bah, I want to be like you when I grow up. I said, no, please don't be like me, be better. That's my intention, that's my aim. And whatever I do, that's the intention in my mind, that I should make my students better than me in whichever way. By the way, sure Yaya is not aware, but now I'm no longer at Nusrat. I have been appointed principal of our school in Nyomi. That's where I am now. I am the principal of Mulum Ahmadiyya Muslim Senior Secondary School. And yes, I have organized a program which is coming up on the 30th of January, which is geared towards maintaining girls in school, because this culture of pulling girls out of school for them to get married is still here. So I want to counter that, and as a result, I organize a conference called All Girls Conference. It will be on the 30th of January, because I believe that women and girls need to be educated for us to develop. That is what I am into right now.
Inshallah. And I'm hoping that you're going to invite Elite Media to come to that forum because it will be very interesting. We would love to be there, but we will talk about this after. And I'll introduce you to this lady called Anita. Anita, she runs this charity organization, sponsor a Gambian girl. And I'm sure she'll be very interested in that. And thanks so much for doing that. That's amazing. I would love to be part of that anyway. But Mobile and Jeff
Me
listening.
too. I would really love to be part of that one.
Yeah.
Yes, yes. Like I said, Yaya, I am really proud of you that you have reached this level, and that was my intention from the very beginning. Like you said,
Thank
when
you
you
so
wrote
much.
that first writing, and I did a lot of red pens. Like I always tell students, the doctor will amputate the leg of a patient not because he does not love him, but because he wants him to live. So when the teacher marks your work and uses the red pen so much, it is that he wants you to get better. And
Yeah.
Alhamdulillah, you have gotten better to an extent of attaining your master's degree, double master's actually, and then writing a book. I am really proud of that.
Thank you so much. Thank you so. I'm so emotional.
Yeah, I wish you all the best. Continue to
Thank you
inspire
so
us
much.
all.
Thank you so much. There is only one thing we cannot pay for. That's the knowledge. So I'm really grateful because at that point, with that red pen, that was what inspired me until today. I start. I could stay in my academic and stop this writing stuff and graduate with my papers, but actually that inspired me a lot. The paycheck book also. That I read that one in the village, and that one struck me so hard. I am really grateful for all the knowledge. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. I am very proud of you.
Oh, thank you very much, Mr. Ba. I have this. There's a comment that just came through for you. I'm going to read it. It is by Missy Sira Jamme. Mr. Ba is not only a mentor, but he plays a father figure in the lives of many of us. He's indeed a rare gem. You know, this is amazing. You have your student here, you have somebody who have, who's writing something about you, a testimony about you, and for a now you're a head teacher. You must be doing a very good job, because I keep saying that teaching field in the Gambia is very hard, because you have to deal with different kind of people, as different kind of backgrounds, and then sometimes it can be it can you end up being like a father to the students sometimes as a teacher or as a head teacher. I mean, your role as a teacher will not be enough anymore. You'll have to take some of their problems home. You'll have to take, the whole school home. You don't even have a life anymore. So if I see a head teacher or a teacher, I always say kudos to them, because I mean they're doing an amazing job in the Gambia. I know that for a fact, because I have friends that are teachers and I know what they do. They do more than they're paid as a salary. And so thank you very much for coming on board. Do you want to add any more to what you just said, or what Missy just said, before we let you go?
Yeah, I just want to use this opportunity to say thank you to Missy. She was also one of my very good students. I remember her very well. There are some students that one never forgets. Yaya is among them, Missy Jame, and so many others, especially there in the US where you are. They are people who have made me proud, and they continue to make me proud every day. That is, the other time I was giving an example to someone that other professions, you have big cars, you have big houses, and a lot of wealth. The teacher's big car is the successful students. So when I see people like Yaya or Missy, I say, here is my big car, here is my big compound, or here is my lot of wealth. Because all I want is to impart whatever little knowledge I have to the students and make them better than me in their future. So I am very grateful and proud of my students all over the world.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. Proud of you. And thank you, Fatmata. This is great. This is great. Thank you very much. Okay, bye.
You are muted, I think. Yes.
When you have kids at home, oh my God, you always mute. Anyway,
Yeah.
let me repeat what I was saying before Mr. Bat goes away. Thank you very much, Mr. Bat, and I'm looking forward to reading that book of yours, Becek Becek, because I'm sure it is interesting. Because Becek, to be and me say, Becek Becek, muy Becek de jai ni the fair after, right, Mr. Bat? Am I right?
That's right. Yes, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Basic, basic.
That's
Anyway, we
right.
will bring you back here and we will, we'll talk about the inspiration. Why did you write that book about Bechek Bechek? I'm sure you're the only one in Gambia who has written a book about Bechek Bechek and who will be, and you will stay the only one who wrote a book about, who write a book about Bechek Bechek anyway. So thank you very much.
Okay.
And
Okay.
I'm 100% sure we will talk later.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Wow.
That's a very big surprise.
Well, you can't come to this platform and
Oh.
and go away empty-handed. Because I have a book, so come on, you can't go empty-handed. Anyway, sorry that I had to cut you short there. You were talking about education and stuff like that, and you're in Turkey, doing your masters, right? So yeah, mabay lang aduga fu nga delluwaat ci loo bëgg a wax ko fi ñu daldi lifin waaye before you go anywhere, I'm sure there's something else you want to say about Mr. Ba before we move to the next.
Yeah. I was really grateful for all what he has done, actually, because normally there is no good relationship between students and teacher. This is the general rule. So there's always like, why do you mark my paper this much bad? Why don't you give me higher grades and stuff like? So you don't see the fact that like they are preparing. We don't care about that. They are preparing. We just want marks and we just want to move on. But after when you just move on, you start having maturity. You start having matured mind. You realize that actually what they were doing is really, really great. And I'm so grateful for that one. So that's all I have to say for that. I will really try to follow more on what he is doing right now. And congratulations to him for being the principal of a new high school.
Oh, thank you. I'm sure he's very proud of you. He already said that anyway, that he's very proud of you. And a teacher's joy or wealth is having to see a student,
Yes.
someone one day.
He mentioned one sentence. He said, a teacher's big car is the successful student. So I like that phrase. So I pick it now.
So we both are going to steal that from him.
No,
I'm sure he's still watching because I can still see
It's
him
my-
at my backstage.
He's my
watching.
teacher anyway. You can
Sorry.
actually do that because it's your teacher. But
Yeah.
I'll not do that.
Yeah. And anyways, now let's move on. You're still in Turkey, doing your
Yes.
masters. Masters in what? What are you doing?
Yes, actually, this is something that is contradictory because the double masters I'm doing, none of them is related to these works I am doing. One of the masters I'm doing is more about numbers, that's economics, masters in economics. And the second masters I'm doing is more of international relation stuff. So it's leadership for change, that's the official name, and governance for sustainable development. So that's what I'm doing in Finland at the moment. And the second one is here in Turkey. So with regards to these ones, this is actually what I thought I am going to do in my life. But after, I always see there is a gap. The gap is like this. Anytime you read anything about Africa or you see anything about Africa, the whole history or all the information about Africa start from slavery, colonization until today. But we never sometimes think, we said, okay, is it like there was something happening in our continent before all these histories that they are teaching us in our schools? This is my curiosity. So this is the reason why I really want to focus more of my research on this area. That's why some of the books, there are some stories in the book, they are as old as 1,000 years. One of the stories there, it was around 1037. So that's very close to 900 years.
Wow.
So I want to make more research about before colonization happened, before slavery happened in Africa, before the looting of the resource or whatever happened, what was going on, what were the civilizations that we have in Africa. That's even one of the concepts of the movie that we watched in 2018, the Black Panther. Because the concept in Black Panther is like, okay, if Africa had never been colonized, how far should Africa go today? So this is also my biggest point that I want to put more efforts on.
The book. Now let's talk about the book,
Yeah. Yeah.
which I have got it here,
Yes,
and
I have the copy.
I'm showing off. I'm proud. I'm proud of the book. I'm showing off. You see, I'm trying
Thank
to
you so
show
much.
people that haven't got the book, that I have got this book. And have I read some of it? Yes, I have read some of it. Not all of it yet, but I
Thank
have
you
been
so much.
reading it.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, it's funny. I mean, I like to read, but not too much. When I saw the book, I was like, okay, I'm sure it's one of those kiddie books. That's what I thought. But then when I started reading the book, and I'm like, all right, this is not just a kiddie book. It is actually an everyday book for everyone. You can read it to your kids. Actually, for those of you who are married, you can read to your husbands, at night. You never know. They might go to sleep,
They
storytelling.
are romantic. They
I'm
are
telling
romantic
them,
stories there, by the way.
look, I'm doing marketing for you. Oh. I'm telling them, buy it, women. These women, if you don't tell them about their husbands, they won't buy it. Buy it, though. You can read it for your husbands. Or better still, the husbands can buy it and read it for the wives. Anyways,
Okay.
um, African storytelling. What is the inspiration? What got you into writing this book? And how did you become a writer? So I've got two there for you. How did you become a writer?
Okay.
Yeah.
There are actually quite a good number of reasons why I actually want to write about these stuffs. As I
Mm,
mentioned, right now I have been to at least 5 to 6 different universities that I either go there for studies or I was there as an research assistant or stuff like this. So I'm always curious about the library. So, for example, I came to Malmo. I was checking the section of the library that talks about Africans, that talk about African dressing, African fashions, African colonization or
mm,
civilization, everything about Africa. I just want to know about it. So as I mentioned before, I felt there is a very big gap that was not available in that place. That the things that talk about African city. That's one thing why I said, okay, me, I'm going to write. But I'm not going to be like they call it objective writer, write about the bad side of Africa and the good side. No, I'm going to write about only the positive and the good image of Africa because there's
mm,
already so many negative things about Africa on the internet. So I'm not going to say I'm going to be objective writer to write both.
mm,
I'm just going to focus on this. So let the people who are reading from me, they understand that one. That's the first thing. The second one is like I said, okay, I should be able to write this because I came from a griot background. And my
mhm,
mom is a girl, is from Baikunda farm, and I was born and raised within this family. So I said, okay, in this family, the functions they have is like the griot, we know they were singers, they were entertainers, they were also advisors to the ruling class, and
mhm.
they were mediators before in our culture or history. What if there is conflict in anywhere? They will send the griot because no one is there to kill any griot.
And
So
that's amazing. You saying that people tend to forget that part of being a girl, a girl. They used to be mediators. They used to be good advisors. They don't just come to our health. And nowadays people say they come and ruin our health, but that's what some people say. But they're
yes,
the harm of the health anyway. So you see, you made a valid point there. They don't just come. They're not only here for the health.
yes,
They, in the olden days, they served a very good purpose. I'm not
yes,
saying they're not doing that now, but in the olden days, they did more
exactly,
for
exactly.
society than they're doing now, because now most of them are more into making money than
Yeah.
doing the odd stuff that they used to do. Because I remember my grandmother used to say that I'm giweli jamono joju nonu sey sax dina tas ñom ñoko dox bem baaxaat
Dégg
ñom
dégg
ñooy
na.
laabaan te laabaan ci cosaan ku koy def ci cosaan rek wax dëgg fa ne yàlla yokk nga lu bari ci askan bi. So you
Dégg
see, I'm glad you touched that part. So you have done your research well, and it's good to have a good knowledge of your of your culture, tribe, and the people where you grow up. So
yes.
and I'm glad that you have done that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have done that one because I continue to do more research on the griot. Because if you're going to talk about West African civilization in particular, you have to talk about the griot. The first ever constitution in the history of the world was the Kurgam Fuga that was formulated in 1235, and there was a griot who were the master of ceremony of that, who helped to formulate all the articles of this. And
Wow.
before, many people denied that constitution, but recently in 2009, UNESCO accepted that. They said yes, there was a constitution in West Africa that was formulated and it got 44 articles. So that was one thing. And
See,
even if you look
I
at the
just
first,
learned something today. I never knew that. I never
yeah.
knew that. Mhm.
So it's all part of, because I'm continuously doing researches on that area. If you look at the this one, our first regime in Jawara's era, Jawara Jawara continue with that tradition by having your advisors as a griot. Why you need to have advisors as a griot? Because gewel bugut palasibu.
Mhm.
So, but if you put me as your advisor, and I have the secret intention of being the president, so that's like a conflict of interest. So
Yeah.
Mangla advise bad things because so that you can go out, then I can come as the president. But Gewel, one, they will tell you the truth. The second, they will never. I'm not talking about the griot today because I don't know what they are doing. But
Mm.
actually, this was what was happening in the olden era. They advised the
Mhm.
kings, they advised anyone without any hesitation. So that's one thing. So the final thing why I want to write about this, there is two types of writers. That's the
Mhm.
insider and the outsider. Common mangi binda about the history or the civilization or storytelling, African storytelling, because I'm an African. So, but if someone is writing African storytelling, it's not going to be the same. He or she is writing African storytelling with the lens of an outsider. So it's
Yeah.
looking at the people there and assuming, okay, this is how they behave. Let me write something about that. For
Mhm.
example, if you're in Sweden, I cannot go to Sweden. I said, okay, I'm going to write the history of Sweden.
Of Sweden.
And
Yeah.
even I write it perfectly, but if a Swedish person write the history of Sweden, that's much more authentic because he is writing as an insider and I'm out writing as an outsider. So that's another.
I'm glad you said that. We need to take back ownership. We have to take back ownership. Nobody can write our story for us. We have to write our story for us.
Exactly.
Mm.
Exactly. So those were major three things that actually inspired me to put myself into this writing field. I'm trying to write some, even though it's not related to my studies, but I try to make more research on that in my extra times and write some stuffs about that.
Yeah. And looking at the book, even though I haven't read the whole book, I noticed that you picked about 18 countries, right?
Yes.
In Africa. And I was like, all right. And some of these countries that you choose, they're colonized by the French, so they speak French, not English.
Yeah.
So I was a bit worried. I'm like, all right, you are writing about this and this and this country, and they don't speak English. How do you work that out? Are you going to write a book in English later, or what's going to happen? Tell us a
Yeah.
little bit about that.
Yeah, exactly. I actually faced a lot of, not only that, but I faced a lot of challenges when I was writing these books. One of the challenges, that's what you mentioned, like this. Africa have been colonized by different,
Mm.
they speak actually different. You have the former French colonies, former English colonies, former Portuguese colonies. So if I have material from uh, uh, or another country that is not speaking English, so
English, yeah.
I face so many challenges to translate these materials into English
Mhm.
and what they are talking about and to make further readings on it. That was one of the biggest challenges I have. And
Mhm.
second challenge I have is like when you're writing about intellectual properties. For
Mhm.
example, Legini, we are just like joking about Mr. Ba saying the biggest asset of a teacher is the biggest asset of the teacher is the biggest car of the teacher is the great student. So this
Mhm.
is a very good line, but I cannot write this line anywhere because it's not my property. It doesn't come from my brain. So it's his property. I need to make sure I respect that one. If I take
Mm.
this line and include it in the book, I sell the book, which means I'm actually interfering or I'm playing with someone's intellectual property. So that was one challenge. I don't know which one is free of, or which one I can write or which one I cannot, because some of the stories are in the book, they are as old as I tell you, like 1,000 years. So you don't
Yeah.
know the owner of the story. So
Yeah.
that's another challenge. I had to be very careful for that one also. And
Mhm.
finally, I think because of my studies, I don't have much time to put more time into this area. So that was another challenge for me. And sometimes I set like a deadline for myself. So I want
Mhm.
to make sure that I operate in a self-disciplined manner. So I said, okay, I want to write this book within 3 months. So no matter what happened, every day I need to write maybe something, I need to edit some. So that was another challenge for me because of
Mhm.
my studies as well.
Your studies as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm. Okay. Gambia, we have here. I'm going to be racist now. I'm not
Yeah.
stop but I want to Monkey claiming the kingship. Yes, how did you come with that? There are a lot of stories in the Gambia, but you choose that one. Why
Yeah.
that one?
Yes, this story, why I select this. One day I was watching the most famous series that is going on in the Gambia. That's the TRRC.
That's the yeah.
So they said to this man, Imam Al Hadi Haidra, they said, "Can you make your closing remarks?" So he said he wanted to, this is African parents in general. African parents will never ever tell you any direct sentence or any direct answer. They will always tell you a story. For example, if you are going out at night and they don't want that, they will say, Lebo lupe bena halela won def don't gain a goodie beka, bena goodie
Wow.
rek ko.
Wow.
So but the simple sentence is like, hey,
It's
don't
late,
gain
don't go out.
see goodie because powerhood.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't go out, but they never tell you any word. They always tell you in story format. So he made this story. The moral lesson behind the story was about supporting each other is very important in life. So what he said in this story, I can just try to summarize the story. The story is about this. They said there was a monkey who who came to the town and climbed the highest. So when I climbed the highest and told one of the dogs, go and tell all the dogs in the town that I am the new king in this town. So upon the dogs receiving the message, they say, how come this is very nonsense? How is it like a monkey can come here and be the king in the town where we the dogs live? Angalol, it's heaven. So they say, okay, let's just go and check whether it's true or not. So they went, when they were going, they saw the monkey on top. They said, the monkey said, which means the statement that he said that he is the king is right. So after knew them tutored, they went a little bit further. After their elder stopped, mune harlen tuti. Munam ki lumay wax degal. Mune ko mune paski hollen ci suuf ndikete gaynde yi ñoo fa nekkoon. So gaynde yi suñ la soraaw ne so waxee ne comme yow you are the king of the town, which means you are the king of the town because gayndes are the most powerful in the town. So because of this story what it demonstrates mooy soo gisee nit mu ngi am courage, soo gisee nit mu ngi wax lu mu bëgg a wax, there is a support behind the person. So that is the reason why was able to.
Yeah, that caught my eye when I look at what you were saying now. I read the moral lesson.
Yes.
I noticed that every time you write a story, you put a moral lesson there, which made the book very interesting. Because I mean, it's like when you're reading this book, you get to a stage and I don't know, bye, and then you go to the next page and the next page and the next page, and then some of these stories I did not even read them, but I just went to the moral, lesson to see what you wrote about. And with this one, it says the moral of the story is support remains an indispensable factor of confidence, which is really true. When people get help, they quickly gain confidence. One reason why a monkey would term itself a king among dogs was the support of other dominant animals.
Yes. Yeah, that was the actual moral of it. Because so you say kaimo nit muy wa funekala in any platform. Come yangi just into this platform because I am confident that you are supporting me. I'm confident that there are other people who are supporting me and behind me. So that was the reason why I am actually speaking anyhow I want. That's just the fact. So when you have support, then you will actually have confidence. Yeah.
So because when I saw the book and I went to Gambia, I was expecting I was expecting to read about Bouquet Nyomor. And I'm like, and then, I saw the monkey one, which was good. Anyway, which one of these stories is your best and why?
Okay, I know if I say that you will slap me because you said you picked the one from the Gambia, but the one from the Gambia is not my favorite one.
I wouldn't guess that much because reading through, I read some interesting stuff that it's like for me, you just summarized, a whole history in some of the stories, and I'm like, this is really good to educate a child. Kids can learn a lot from this. It is not only storytelling; it's history as well. There's history behind it as well.
Exactly.
So So tell me. That's why I'm like, all right, I know it's not the Gambia one, but tell me which one.
Yeah, the one is actually the romantic one, the one from Angola. So that one is wrong. That's why I said I mixed the story. Some
Mm.
are more or
I
less in
haven't
some
read
are more.
Angola yet. I haven't read Angola yet, so now
So
I
that
have to
one
read it
I
tonight.
can I can explain it. That one is about Princess Aida.
Okay, go
So
ahead.
okay, the bobu haram ma try mo wax ko si wolof.
but, but why did you pick that one, Princess Ida? I listened to Princess Ida.
Yeah, because that one, what that one actually, the moral lesson behind that one is if you don't try something, you will never know whether you can do it or not. Normally, yo, so get def something. Da nga
Hmm.
dee ñëw sa xarit yi nga ne, man de maa ngi xalaat pour ubbi lii, man maa ngi xalaat pour def lii. But people will say, yo, I don't think this is difficult. But you yourself, if you don't try it, you will never know whether it's difficult or it's not difficult. So
Hmm.
that story is about lii la naka lañ ko dee waxee sax bukki la ak
Hmm.
li ak ñomboor
Hmm.
princesse bi dafa dekkoon si moom fu mu dekka dafa dekkoon si asamaan bi she lives in the sky so mu ne she will not marry any man who is not intelligent. She is just only looking for someone who is very intelligent and very smart. So now benn bés kii naka bukki mu binda benn leetar mu ne man xaaral ma binda leetar bi ma yónni ko princesse Aida wante depuis bu pare binda leetar mu ne leetar bi xaw ma kan moo koy yóbbu si asamaan parce que man mënumaa dem fa
Hmm.
bu dee si rab yi rek rab yi ñu ne ko man mënuma koy yóbbu de man naka laa mën a dem si asamaan mu dem si ñomboor mu ne ko ok man mun naa koy yóbbu soo mu ne ko yow naka nga mënee yóbbu lii picca yi sax mënuñoo yóbbu leetar bi si asamaan yow naka nga ko mu ne ko unless I try I don't know if I can do it.
Hmm.
ñomboor mu jël leetar bi mu def pexam ba mu yóbbu ko si asamaan bi léegi princess Aida mu riit ko mu ne kan moom leetar bi lu mu fa bind mu ne princess Aida I love you and I want to marry you. So
Hmm.
princess Aida mu ne léegi kan moo bind leetar bi leetar bi naka la ñëwee fii ku ko isi fi kay moom the guy must be very smart.
Right. Smart, yeah.
Yes, so after moom tam mu bind reply mu ne I will marry you if you demonstrate your smartness by bringing a gift to me on the sky. So mu teg fa leetar ñomboor mu jëlaat ko mu yóbbu ko so bukki mu dem mu jënda gift léegi mu ngi xalaat mu ne naka laa mun a yóbbu mu ne ñomboor yow da nga tuuti mënuloo yóbbu gift bi is so big you cannot take it to the sky. ñomboor mu ne ko again unless I try I cannot do it. mu jëlaat gift bi mu try mu yóbbu ko si asamaan. So Princess Aida was so impressed mu ne now I agree I'm going down to marry bukki léegi mu ñëw si suuf rek she was standing she don't know where to go so mu ne xawma bukki fan la nekk ñomboor mu jógee si ñax mu ñëw mu ne ko man xam naa bukki fu mu nekk kaay ma yóbbu la fa princess mu ne ko man I'm the most powerful woman so you cannot lead me because you are so small mënuloo ma lead anything I'm very powerful. ñomboor mu ne ko bañu ma da nga powerful de but with all your powerfulness man maa isi leetar si asamaan man maa isi the gift to asamaan so princess mu ne ko kon yow la nekkut bukki man dama foog ne bukki moo doon isi leetar boobu.
No, you're
Léegi
always outsmart Boogie. How many times the story is gonna end like that? Yeah, carry on.
after mu ñëw mu sey ak mu ne kon yow laay seyal so mu sey ak ñomboor after ñu dem si asamaan ba tey bukki mu ngi toog mu yeexaat princess Aida pour mu ñëw ñu sey.
You see? How was that? Boogie your board down, fuck your board. Fuck your board.
non nekkuñ xarit dara bukki ak ñomboor kay moom problème rek la.
Even Angola sax bu kee ñoo moral fa soo gis nga suñu maam yi suñu daan lebal bu kee ñoo mor ñu leen ñuy fa ne caaxaan la ndekete story bu kee ñoo mor moom egg na fu nekk si àddina. This is amazing. It's amazing. Yes. Again, when I saw the book, like I said, I was thinking it's a kid stuff, but I saw myself in it and I saw my kids in it. And the book is in English. We have talked about that. It was a challenge for you. But we haven't seen pictures, animation. We haven't seen, pictures and stuff like that on the book because that would have helped some of these kids who cannot speak English, or some kids that are really, really small. When you explain a story and there's a picture there, it's up to a child. It tells a lot because they love to see colors. They love to see pictures and stuff like that. How come you missed that part, or was that part of what you were doing, or is there are you thinking about, I mean, writing another book, but this time round with more pictures, or yeah, let's
Yes,
talk about that.
that's a very very good question, because first, the book is about is about everyone. It's not meant for only kids. If you can read it, you can read it. But actually, there are so many languages there that I try to write the stories in their authentic manner. You
Mm-hmm.
understand? But actually, I have the second project where I am planning to write at least between 1 to 50 children's book, where it will be more of only pictures, and it will be more of there'll be very little words, and all the words there I have to censor it. And also, I'm not expert in children's book, so which
Mm-hmm.
means I have to make further research with some professors who would tell me this is the story that is appropriate for a child between this age and this age. So I have to make sure I know all. So I'm doing researches on that one. So most probably by the end of this year, I'm going to venture into more of children's book that they can read themselves from the pictures and few words, and they can understand. Yeah. So, but for the second part, this
Because
book
I had
is part.
writing a book. Yeah, because I had
Go
writing a
ahead.
book with a lot of animations. I had writing a book with a lot of animation takes more time and it's more expensive, and is that one
That's
of the reasons why you didn't really go into it at first, or?
Yes, exactly. That's one of the I can write, but for animation I have to outsource it, because I cannot do the. I have to give my stories to people. Then the ones who do this animation and explain to them, I want this story to have this kind of moral lesson. Want it to flow. And first, I have to make sure that I reduce all the language to the age gap that I want to write for.
Huh.
So yes. So right now, for example, there is one story is about Miniamba, the one I just sang recently.
Mm,
There's a
mm,
story. The story was there before there was any country in West Africa, but actually the place it was actually found, it was around Burkina Faso, part of Senegal, and Mauritania. So that
okay.
Miniamba there is talking about something that a kid that is between, let's say, 7 to 15 should not maybe read that one. So that's why for those kind of stories, I have to make sure we arrange the story, make sense out of it, and put more animations. But I have to outsource all those ones. So animation is really expensive. That's one of it, and
Mm,
also you have someone who knows it better.
mm. Look at that. What's her name? Your partner in crime, or should I say your manager, or should I say I don't know what to call her. This Nima. The animations will come in the future, inshallah. As if she's the one writing this book. Hold on, Nima.
Yes, uh, actually, she's part of the team from the start. Nima, Salim,
Okay.
and Salim.
You see, I'm
So
teasing her. She's my daughter.
I know I am. She made me to carry all the Elite magazine the day they were out. So I have to
Oh
take it. So yes, I have to carry them and take them to one event where they should buy it. I remember that. So I got my copy from there, because so maybe I know you are not egoist, so you will not want to talk about this, but I really want to talk about this as well.
my God, you want to talk
Yes.
about my own magazine
So,
now?
so let me flip the interview a little bit, then you can continue after.
Wow, we go.
So
Interview
this
na
is the
nag
elite man.
suma mas. Don't na ba na nak? Suma mas. Don't me give it
Yes.
that. Don't me give it that. Acha, nenjam. Gana lang.
So Lee, first I saw this in Sweden. I just said, okay, I immediately have to buy this. And if I'm reading
Oh my
some things
God.
that are related to this, for example, there is something you said here, with upcoming talent and stuff like that. This paragraph. So this one I don't only buy it, and I don't only look at the pictures, but I made sure that I read every single line and every
Oh my
single article.
God.
And it was really really perfect. So I said to myself, since in Istanbul here there are sometimes, or in Turkey there is a lot of Gambian students here, so I said they have this kind of, how do you call, students fair, where you put your Gambian land, you put your president's picture and some cultures and stuff. I said this actually summarizes everything with Buribanjun for so so it's really really perfect, and I really really like this one so much, and I believe that you should really keep on doing this one. So what do you have to say maybe about this?
A break because of COVID. We had a reason to take a break, but the team are pushing me, pressuring me that we need to come back on board. I'm like, let's wait. It will come. It will come. Yeah. Thank you very much. Thank
Yeah,
you.
you're welcome.
Thank you. Wow, 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 wow. Jërëjëf, appreciate naa ko. Naka, Nima did a brilliant job. She took a box of about almost 100 copies and she sold it, sold them all out. And I'm very proud of her. Like I said, she's a support system. She's one of a kind, a rare gem, a very young, talented lady. She's got so much to offer, and people don't know yet. But she's getting there. Watch out for Nima Keita. Anyways, Nima, thank you very much. You see, Nima, my book is in Turkey now because of you. Jërëjëf. Okay. Of course, we've talked about challenges that you faced. Of course, the book is important to you, but what is its importance to Africans really?
Yes, actually, first, I mentioned this little bit about Africans telling their own stories. So that's really important thing that we have to we have to make sure we venture ourselves into this. Actually, we are studying so many different fields. Like if you come here, for example, there are so many students who are in very diverse fields. But we have to make sure that we tell stories about our example. If I'm studying health, I should make sure that the stories related to the health of the Gambia, I try to write some stuffs about that one. That's very important. So this storytelling, the one important that is there is the moral lessons that people are learning from. Long time ago there was no school in Africa. Let's imagine there was no schools in Africa. So but we were saying that the older generation were more polite and they have these kind of proverbs and they have so many structures in the language that help them to nurture a younger a generation to prepare them for the future generation. So one thing is like moral lesson of the story. That's very, very important for this. And the second version of this is the storytelling help to keep the structure of the language. Let's talk about Wolof, for example. Come work now a story about once upon a time there was Nyombor, there was this as Kenneth Munge live in the Asaman and stuff like that. If my great grandfather told my grandfather the story, and my grandfather tell the same Nyombor and Asaman to my mom, and my mom tell the same
Told
Asaman
the
and
story. Yeah.
which means we are maintaining the word Nyombor in Wolof language. So Wolof language will, the structure of Wolof language will be maintained because of storytelling, because stories are passed from one generation to another generation. So the
Yeah.
versions change, but actually the words will never ever change. So Nyombor Asaman, I mentioned that. So if I tell my son or daughter Nyombor Asaman, that one also tell them. So even I pass away, I made sure that I took the language from my parents and I passed the same Wolof language in a proper structure to my kids. So that's one of them. So Africans should make sure they write a lot because writing helps to maintain literature of that language. And we have so many wall of proverbs. Like one of the writers in Nigeria, people say that he is a very good writer. But one thing he does is like translating the Igbo proverbs into English. And we really need to do more of these things. I think Africans would benefit so much when they do that one. And they will help the future generations with knowledge and with somewhere to start with their lives.
Inspiration. People that inspire you. Tell who are the people that inspire you?
Yeah, there are so many people who actually inspired me in all the different areas. One, we just talk about Mr. Ba. That was the first impression in this. I actually remember that was really fun. He really inspired me through his writing. I remember took his budget book, like you pay the bills in Newsrat, so they give you so many books, but all those books you feel like, oh, this book is not important, it's not relevant. I'll just study the books that will help me to pass the exam. You stay with those ones. But after I was going to the village, I said, okay, I don't have any mobile internet or whatever. I don't have all this. So let me go with one book. In case I feel bored, I can read it. And that was exactly that happened. So I started reading this budget. This budget guy was coming, giving some materials to people, and every time come giving small money and stuff. So that really, really inspired me. That's one thing. Mr. Ba as a person actually inspired me. And second one is Dr. Karamon Sonko. He is the chairman of the TAF board. Yes. And
I tried to get hold of him, but unfortunately I couldn't. Yeah.
And TAF himself Two of them actually inspired me a lot because I remember that they were doing a program which I actually, that is very important to me. They were saying, let's celebrate our heroes while they are alive. So there's two things why we need to actually celebrate the heroes. One is to take the knowledge that is from them, and second is to appreciate the work they have done. The case of Biri was one of it. Because Biri was one of the football legends in the world. We never know. But when he passed away, we say, oh, Biri play in Spain, oh, Biri play in this. So we want to celebrate this guy when he already passed away. So those two people actually were someone. And finally, your voice is muted. Yeah, and another one.
I'm on mute now, but you carry on. I can hear you.
All right, all right. So another person is Honorable Halifa Sallah. So when it comes to politics, I really like his views and whatever he's saying, and his politics. But for politics, I don't really want to be. I like the guy just because of the way he comport himself, the way he respect himself. So that's another person who actually inspired me. And finally, my parents. So my parents actually were someone who really, 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 really inspired me in my life, especially my mom. Because I remember when I was going to primary school, my mom usually never beat me. But anytime, because she's a griot, anytime I got forced in classroom, she would always dance for me. So she would just make me laugh, or she would say a story or something that would make me happy. So those were things that actually inspired me a lot, and I want to work very hard. Pruma Delo Njukalre. So I'll try to do that one. Yeah.
So sorry, yeah. I was doing my raba onda. That's why, but I was like, I'm gonna women multitask. So I have to do my raba. That's the beauty of sitting here, and then you have that mute key. But
Oh,
I can hear you as well. But anyways, yes. Now, where do we find this book? Fan la ñoo mëna amé book bi pour mun ko jënda.
yeah. Well, for that one, since I told you I was busy for my studies, I try as much as possible to outsource so many things that are related to the book. For example, I did the self publishing, but anyone who want to buy the book, you can just have the book in Amazon. So the book is already in Amazon. And second is the second version of the book will come very soon. That's African Storytelling Part 2, because this is Part 1 and we pick 18 stories. So the Part 2 also will be another different 18 stories from most of them are coming from Sub-Saharan Africa. And there'll be Part 3 also another 18. So 18 times 3, that's 54. So which means there'll be no African country that will be left out. I'll make sure that every single African country, despite of the language you are speaking, I make sure I make a very thorough research about the storytelling culture or folklore or fairy tale, and make sure I bring something that the whole Africa can benefit from. So before the end of this year, most probably I'm going to come with all the 3 books. But for the second version is coming within 2 or 3 days. So that one is already ready, and there will be pre-sales very soon.
Okay.
They can find it on Amazon. That's the
Amazon. Someone send me a text right now. If someone is in Gambia, how do they get hold of the book? And have you launched the book? He said.
Yes, for people who are in Gambia, normally I just put the book in Amazon platform. But what I didn't realize was for people in the Gambia to buy the book from the internet and the book to be shipped to them is extremely expensive. But the book, I just put it in one platform. I don't put it in any country. I just put it in Amazon so anyone can buy it from there. But the people in the Gambia, I'm actually working on to make sure that the book is in Timbuktu, where they can buy it at a price of that will not be very expensive for them.
Yeah.
Yes. Or even if I would have many, many copies, I would really, really love to make sure and put it in Timbuktu. If anyone need it, then you can just go and take the book. Because my intention is not about how much I get from the book, but it's about to amplify the African culture and civilization, and to see if I can actually inspire other people like how tough Dr. Karamo and Mr. Ba inspired me.
Okay. And yes, of course, Elitemedia, you're here right now. We talked about this. How many books do we have to give away from this interview today? How many books Are you gonna give to my readers if we print the book?
Yes, I'm making sure that I give 10 copies free to your readers, and this is going to be free for that. So the people who are following, if that one is enough, that's okay. I'm personally going to buy that one and give it to 10 people.
All right. You
Yeah.
mentioned Mr. Sonko as someone who inspired you, and you mentioned Uncle Taf Mustafa Njai actually twice. And I've got a big surprise for you. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. There we go. Hello, that's my uncle. My God, Mustafa.
Hello, Mr. Sonko.
No,
You know,
the money.
no, please,
Now he's going to cry.
please don't go. Actually, Fatumata just got me on the line. I just landed from Nigeria. As you can see, I'm driving from the airport.
Oh,
But what this technology today, and she told me about you that I inspired you, but I am humbled. I am humbled.
oh,
But I'm also proud. I'm also proud that we have Gambians like yourselves, at this generation, who are doing this. This is what we are asking for. This is what we are calling for. In life is a relay. You do your own part, you run your own bit, and then you hand it over. So I am really humbled, and I can only encourage you. We'll maintain the links, and I am also honestly inspired that I have inspired you to be at this level, and I can only pray for you that may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala guide you, protect you, so that you can go into higher heights. And
um,
Fatima, again, thank you so much. This is technology in the world, huh?
Thank you,
Thank you
Uncle
so
Taf.
much. I'm inspired too.
So my
thank
uncle
you.
use my uncle Gis nga so many Jabat. Focus on like he just landed. I didn't know what this is about. And I'm like,
Mana,
look,
okay, you have the border. Why am I small uncle rek, ah? Why the so go rek tengo
thank you so much. This is amazing.
Uncle,
Thank you so much. God bless.
Uncle,
Huh? I will maintain the contract. Okay. Thank you
thank you
so
so
much.
much.
God bless.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Thank you.
All right, well done. Okay.
So, see, that was Uncle Taf Mustafa Njai. Do you want to say something before he leaves? Because
Yes,
he landed from
Uncle, thank you
Nigeria.
so much.
Very
Thank
tired.
you so much. There are so many areas that you inspired me. One is about the level of humbleness, and second is about the level of new innovations that you are coming up. Because it's like you are raising the standard that yes, we can all do it. But if there is no one who is setting the standard, then which means we are all going to be relaxed. I'm really, really, really. Right now, I'm sweating, so I'm actually running out of. I don't know what to say. But thank you so much. This is a very big, big surprise. I'm really grateful for all what you are doing. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you. Let me leave you one quote that I have now. I mean,
Okay.
for me, Nelson Mandela is my role model.
Okay.
And I have followed him and what he has done. And I think he's one African that every African needs to emulate. We need to emulate him, that Nelson Mandela, after 27 years of being incarcerated in Robben Island, he came out and he didn't take full ownership. He served for one term and he left. Africans should learn from this. And there's something that he said. I want to leave you with that quote and have it engraved in your brain. What
Okay.
he said is that it always seems impossible until it's done. So
That's
whatever the challenge is, people will say, "Oh no, it's not possible. It's not possible." But
Mhm.
you should be persistent. You should work hard, and you will make it done. So it will
thank you.
always seems impossible until it is done. So that's my last quote that I give you.
Thank,
And inshallah, we'll definitely be in touch. I'll get your contacts from Fatumata. All the best, and God
thank,
bless you.
thank you
Thank
so much.
you.
Thank you. God bless.
Thank you very much, Uncle Taf. Thank you. May God bless you. Oh, that's amazing. That's Mustafa Njai.
There's no one on the walk. Come, these
Why
surprises.
should I?
Look, I'm sweating. You see, I'm really sad.
Oh, why should I tell you? I mean,
Oh.
we just have to do that. It wouldn't be a surprise if I told you. And xanaa di ko ñaanal rek di ñaanal Uncle Taf because yombut you have a role model. He's my role model too. To be honest with you, I look up to him. He's a father figure. I don't usually call people father figures because there is no replacement to my dad, but he's one of those people that's a father figure to me. And he's amazing. They call him the youth man, and I believe that, anytime you pick up a phone to call Uncle Tough about anything, he's gonna respond. And he's one of the biggest. Come on, the biggest
Yeah, true. That's
in the
really,
Gambia. For
that's
him to
true.
come on a platform just like that, to me, you're not only. It's not only touching to you, but to me as well, because
Yeah,
I didn't think that I could do that. To be
yeah,
honest with you, for me, I normally say this to people. Look, there are certain people that if I call them and they answer to my call, I don't even, who needs the president? Who needs Obama? Who needs Trump? Who needs Barack?
that's
For
that's
me,
true.
people, the likes of Mustafa Njai are my Barack. They are my, Trump. They are my Obama. So you
Yeah,
see, all I can say is I'm just gonna keep praying for him and his family because he's such a wonderful man, and he has done a lot for the Gambia, especially for the youth. And I'm glad that you mentioned him twice. So I was like,
yeah.
okay,
For the
I
youth,
really need to call this guy. Yes.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's really true. And also the statement he left with, the
Hmm.
statement he just left with is like, nothing is possible is until, just like the story I explained you about the hyena Nyombo at this, and that's from Nelson Mandela also. This is really really amazing, and it shows the level of his humbleness, because
Hmm.
a guy like Uncle Tough,
Hmm.
you call that person just landing from the airport in Nigeria and picking the call and giving an inspiration to someone. This is extremely, very, very, very touching to me. I really, really appreciate, and I am happy that they set the bar because they have done a lot, not only in the Gambia but globally. So, which means there's no limitation for us. We are saying Gambians do it and they are inspired. Some people do it and they have money, they have everything. Now they are sitting and enjoying their retirement. But Uncle Taff is back with the youth. You don't even know if he is old or not. You just think he is the same age
He's
with
a
you.
youth man.
Yes,
That's what they call him, youth man.
yeah, but he's actually very, very older than us. He can be grandfather to some, even to some youth, but still he's putting himself down and inspiring a generation of youth and leadership, and that's very, very important. I really appreciate this one.
Just
It
like you
really,
said, just like you
yeah,
said, the key is being humble. If you're
yes,
humble,
yes,
there you go. The key
exactly,
is being humble. Yes.
exactly.
Anyways, how much do you sell the book? How much is the book for on Amazon? I think
The
someone
book
said.
is right now. The book is $13 per book, but actually, when the second version come, we will put some promotions there. So if people come with just for 2 days, then we will actually put some promotions there, then so that they can buy it at a very cheaper price.
Okay. For those of you that are listening, that are listening right now, we have 10 copies to give away.
Yes.
So please, 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 if you're watching me on WhatsApp, sorry, on Facebook, I will give 5 to those watching me from Facebook and 5 to those watching from YouTube. And you never know, we might actually get people to buy some and then to give away. But we will talk about that later, anyways. Now I've got one more surprise for you. Don't faint, oh, don't faint.
Okay. Okay.
Hello, Fatmata. Naka ngeen def jaawo la. Hope yéen a ngi okay. Dama ne xaaral ma join la pour congratulate Yahya Sonko, our upcoming Gambian writer, the African stories. Reader gu ma ko nag, waaye xam naa ne I'll get myself a copy and on my way back dinaa ko read. Waaye ñu ngi kontaan bu baax a baax a baax ci moom. Di ko wish well. And this is what we need to see. We need to see young Gambians, going to areas that people have not been to before. I have no doubt that Book Bini, together with other future books that he would be doing, would be beneficial to families. So, mangi encourage nit ñi pour ñu jënd books yi, support our own Gambians as well, particularly the young writers. Ci li nga xamanteni mom lañu liggéey. Yaya, I'm wishing you all the best, my brother. Keep it up. Well done. Thank you.
Léegi lu ma la deseel lu ma la deseel.
No, I need to really clap for you. But I will really surprise you also. I will really surprise you, but not today. I will really surprise you.
Never surprise Yaya. Someone
Wallahi, not surprise. Suma yaay gewel la mun naa la surprise.
baax
challenge.
Maybe. The last surprise of the night is
Ah,
President Barrow is on the line. Hold on for President Barrow. He wants to congratulate you on your book. So hold on for the President of the Gambia, His Excellency, the President of the Gambia, Adam Barrow. Hold on. So yeah, gum gamani. How gonna borrow do you? Look at your face. Look at your face. No, no, yeah,
no,
yeah.
no, no,
I got you there.
no, winner, like winner. You won. But I want to make a comment on Ibrahim Jawo's video.
Mm,
Really, Ibrahim Jawo also is someone I read a lot from, a really lot from. Even the article he wrote on your magazine was one of the articles that actually touches me. That's the brief history of the Gambia. So it's a very, and also he is also working with lot of young people doing so many researches on many different, and they are putting some of these materials on the internet. So maybe they don't know, but there are a lot of Gambian students outside who are also looking at these materials and they are feeling that okay, there's some information about my country I can find, because we always complain that oh, but I cannot find anything about my country. I want to write my article or my document or something, but there's nothing I can find from Gambia. So we really, really, really grateful for that. He is someone who actually inspired me through writing as well.
mm. So
Yeah.
thank you. Look at
So
my
they must surprise me. It's really they must surprise.
look at my sister, my friend Fatu Sise saying that you can make that happen. No, Fatu, I don't think I can make the President Barrow one happen. No, 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 no. I wish I could because for a young writer like you, I mean, if we need people to come in to join in, but we didn't plan this well. All of these things that I'm doing, I did at last minute, and yes, but I don't think I would have even tried to reach out to the president himself. But having the president or the minister or a minister or someone in higher positions in the Gambia coming in to say something would have been really good. But Hamga Gambia without Moilolo anyway. Even if you try them, they think this is useless. It's a waste of time. They don't want to do it. Da, 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 da. But like I said, Uncle Tough is president enough for me. So
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
okay for me. So if I have
exactly.
Uncle Tough here, have Ibrahim Jao, have Musa here, these are the people that you mentioned to me that they inspire you a lot.
Yeah.
For me, bringing them on board, trust me, I'm more than happy.
Yeah,
So
I'm the one who is actually grateful because for so long I was not in contact with these people, and today that they appear here like this with a very big surprise. This is really big surprise for me, and it touches me a lot because it doesn't matter if you're the president or you are the ones who actually inspired me and touched me. Were these ones you actually taught. So I'm really grateful for that, and I will forever be indebted to the knowledge I gained from them.
thank you. Is there anything else you want to add? Because we have come to the end of the show. Is there anything else you want to add before we end the show today?
No, Lumai Wahrek. Okay, I said first in English. What I'm just going to say is very simple. First, I really, really have to thank you. They said if you fall down and pick a goal, don't look at the goal. Look at the place you actually look at the stone that you hit. So I'm going to be very, very grateful and thank you for this opportunity. So you gave me the opportunity. I was like, okay, this is a big opportunity. I'm going to talk to Fatmata Ramat Koka in Elitemedia. But now, not only that, you brought all these people who actually inspired me in my childhood. So that was like a very, very big surprise for me. And you don't know, but this is going to help me because I'm coming to my exam week. So I need a motivational mind. I need a mind that's inspiring. So this is really, really going to help me a lot. I'm going to thank you first. I'm going to thank you 1 million times. And yes, and from there I'm going to thank the people I'm working with, and from that I'm going to thank the entire Baikunda family. That's the Griot family I was born in, and is the Griot family that raised me, and is the Griot family that actually gave me everything I have today. So I'm really, really grateful for this Baikunda family. So I know my mom will watch the video after because she is busy today, but after this, and after that one, I'm going to thank the team I actually work with, and also my friends. My friends here, they actually very, very supportive to me. Sometimes I will be writing this book, and they will help me to carry out some of my duties for me. So this is all support, and sometimes just a mere encouragement is much more valuable than millions of money. For example, what Taf just did right now. He
Yeah.
just advised me and gave me one phrase. Mr. Ba also came advice and also give one line. So these things, they are so small in the eye of people, but they are actually very big to me as a writer. So I'm also going to make sure that I comport myself. I make sure I'm disciplined so that other people who are also looking at me, they can be inspired. So thank you so much again. I really appreciate it.
You see, Gambians, some of I have friends that are hypocrites. They don't let things slide. You see,
Yeah.
they don't want me to even end this interview. Look at this, my friend. Hey, you told us that you were going to ask him about him being single. Look, this boy is a young boy. He's still single. I'm 100%. He's not single as in the single that single. But I'm a good jabber. But anyway, are you married or not? Since they want me to ask.
No,
He's
no,
a
I can answer
baby.
that question. It's not a difficult question. Yeah,
Yes, go on.
I'm not married, so I'm single, by the way.
pour ñu woon sa loxo bi am na ñu nga xam ne dañoo ñëw ne ma sëyuñ ba pare woon ma seen loxo bi soluñ jaaro bot maa gën a xam ne dañ sëy so jaaro bi daal waaw so
No,
sama
Jarubi is
friend
like not married.
you're not married yet. And
Yeah.
yes, when I asked if there was something you wanted to add, I didn't know you were gonna like give like that. Thank you, thank you. I thought you wanted to add something about the book, but now that you've done it, that's fine because there was one more question that I was gonna ask you, which is like future projects. But I think we have talked about it
Yeah.
already. Yeah. So but so now what I wanted to there was something I wanted to ask you. Oh my God, it has just gone. My head is going right now, but it's gonna come back. It's gonna come
Uncle
back.
Tech moo ñëw di suñ boppa dafa dem di.
Wow, wow.
Uncle Tech moo fi jaar.
Amul dafa ñëw xam nga moom ñu ne la jaxase na suñ bopp bi yëpp fii tey gis nga fi mu nekk nii.
That's it.
Waaw so am na li ma bëggoon a laajte ba xam naa dafa important su important noonu man du ma dee gaaw a fàtte dinaa nekk sama bopp bi léegi but man tamit li ma la mën a wax mooy thank you very much for coming to the Elitemedia platform. I am really humbled as well. And then the fact that you even read the magazine and you did a lot with the magazine, it means a lot to me. And keep going, keep it up. This platform is yours. Anytime you think that we can do something for you, you're always welcome. Nima is my family, and we'll always work together. I'm 100% sure of that because we've talked about a lot of stuff for the past few days, and I'm 100% sure there's a lot we can talk about. And guys, for those of you watching, please buy the book. If you live in America, England, Europe, wherever, buy the book. I have mine, and it is interesting. You know me, I'm a lazy reader, but I mean, come on, for me to read a book, it means that the book be behind. Buy the book, support him. Yes, what I was going to ask you is the support that you are receiving from the Gambians since you wrote the book. Are you receiving so much support? I just want you to be honest because a lot of people, when they come to this platform, they keep complaining that some of the challenges they have is when they do something in relate to the Gambia, they don't have Gambians as a support system. So I want an honest answer. Are you getting that from the Gambians since the book came out?
Yeah, for that, I will be completely honest about this. I cannot give direct answers to this, but what I can say though is like, for my intention, I don't hold anyone accountable for. My intention was just to write the book. At first, I don't even want to sell the book. I just want to make the books available in places where there are other people's stories and there are other people's history. For example, I've been to one research institution whereby I see folklore from Russia, folklore, fairy tale from in Italy, in Europe, in America, but I haven't seen anything like Africa. So my intention was just to write something and put it there, not to write a book and sell it to Gambia. But for Gambians, I have received support, not in buying the book, because I understand the price for the book is a bit higher for a Gambian standard. So I understand that. And that is because it's not because of me, but it's because of the publishing company that actually published it. but I've been received supports like encouraging word like how tough does it now. Some people say congratulations, this is very amazing, keep it up. I really appreciate those ones even much more than any other thing. So I receive a very massive support in terms of words, in terms of encouragement, in terms of helping me with another things, but not actually buying the book. So that's why I also want to pay back. I also want to be grateful for that. I make sure I try to have some more copies for friends in them. But by the way, if someone even say, I want to have your book, for me that means a lot to me.
A lot
If
to you.
I have,
Yeah.
I just want to give you. I don't want you to buy. I just want to outsmart you or to be the first one to give you before you actually buy it. So I'm
Mhm.
actually working on that to put more books in the Gambia. So most probably there'll be more free copies in the Gambia that many Gambians can. I'm really grateful for Gambian people.
Thank you. Once again, guys, thank you very much for 1 second. Oh, once again, thanks very much for coming on board. And for those of you watching us live from Facebook and YouTube, thank you very much. Like I said the other time, I'm new to this thing, the YouTube thing. This is my second video live on YouTube, and is with Yahya Sonko. Yahya, thank you very much. Mang lay ñaanal comme ni ko dee waxee rek xam nga place boo fa demee moom boy dem rek dafa war a bàyyi si ñaantir xam nga loolu min saa yoo demee ci place soo fay jógee bàyyi fa sa signature nga xam ne saa yoo fu del suwaate rek ñu xam ne ñëwoon nga fa kon nag bàyyi nga fi sa signature tey wane nga sa boppa wane nga ne sa jàng bi sa school fees bi defuñ ko to a waste because jàng nga fi nga war a jàngee jàng nga ba romba jàng ba nekk léegi bu nga nekk a writer on top of that yaa ngi def sa masters in something else su xanaa di la ñaanal rek li nga xam ne moom nga bëgg sa xol bi yaa ko xam yéen la ko yàlla defal ba pare tamit ne di la wax ne tamit gis nga tey li tax def fii tey Ibrahima Diaw ak Mr Ba loolu comme ni nga waxee rek lu la war a yokkal doole bu baax a baax la tey boo demee ba nekk koo xam ne ëllëg ñëpp laa tiitaroo ñëpp laay coow stay humble be humble because I'm 100% sure ne dina am benn xaleel dina bugg a tey lii nga am ci ñii mu bugg a ko yow tamit di nga mën a toog pour fàttali leen ne maa ngi fàttaliku suma interview mu amoon and you know what it's amazing. Thank you once again because you put so much hype to the flyer. It was like, guys, come and watch my first interview. You went on the first. So thank you for that. So going back to my point, there will be kids that are inspired by you. You remind them of this day. Somebody will call you and say, look, Fatma Koka Jr. is inspired by you. And then you will answer to that call. So Mustafa Njai today has taught you a lot. Ibrahim Ajao has taught you a lot. Mr. Ba has taught you a lot. And these viewers are teaching us today a lot. Because everyone here today is busy. But then by some busy scheduling, just to be here, to listen to you, or to even come and, to say a one or two. Tough doesn't even have a clue what this was about. But this is not a blend in because I was like, hang up so I was calling him on that. You need to write a book about Rabaraba. If Mr. Ba wrote a book about Bichik, you need to write a book about Rabaraba.
No,
so li da nga ko war a fàttaliku ne being humble rek moo la dee yóbbu suma maam daf daan di wax ne am xaalis neex na waaye am nit moo ko daaxaar xam nga am na koo xam ne am na xaalis lool waaye amul nit am koo xam ne am na nit ñi waaye amul xaalis gis nga ki am nit ñi te amul xaalis kooku moo ëpp ki am xaalis xam nga lu tax moo la loolu parce que tey fu mu bëgg a dugga tey si àddina rek mu dugga ko man dama dee wax ne aw ma xaalis waaye am naa nit ñi tey su ma amutoon nit ñi comme ku mel ni Moustapha tey mënoon ngaa ñëw def sa interview nga génn def sa yoon du ma mun a oo tiitar la si man ma mun a oo oncle Taf mu ñëw bokka mun a oo Ibrahima Diaw mu ñëw bokka war a mun a oo Mr Ba mu ñëw bokka parce que ñi ñëpp comme ni ma la ko waxee ñëpp a busy waaye dañ bàyyi seen soxla yëpp ñëw fii tey toog waxtaan ak yow kon nag yow tamit ñu ngay ñaax boo demee ba tollu yow ñoom tamit seen position wallahi fàttaliku bés ni ki bés bii nii parce que man xam naa ne bés bii dina la ñëwal so thank you very much for coming and thanks to all of you that are watching us live right now. Thank you so much. Like I said, we have 10 of these books to give away. So I will write something on Facebook and I'll ask you questions about the interview anyway, and then we'll look for answers. When we get the answers, and then we'll try and print some of these books and then send it to you. And thank you, Nima. You have been great on the platform. Gis na yange binda. Beben niyo ya binda book bi. Why you are part of the team, so we're proud of you as well, Nima. Thank you so much. All right, dig naa leen daje ëllëg maa ngi am fii Jalamang Camara tomorrow. And Mari Gomez is going to be here as well, sit with me, with Sophia Bas. That is going to be very interesting. Dancehall Queen Sophia Bas from the Gambia. I am going to watch that interview because that girl is crazy. What I mean, I don't mean crazy, asking the father of it. No, the things that she does, oh my God. When I saw that girl dance pasa pasa, I was like, hey, I'm not going to feche Gambia, come Jamaican. So I'm waiting for that interview tomorrow. So thank you, guys.
Thank you.